So the first thing we need to do in modeling a skateboard is we need to insert a canvas. So what is a canvas? It's an image, and I'll put one on the screen right now, of a profile, and in this case, the side profile of a skateboard that we can work with. Now you can find this particular image on our official website. A link can be found in the description below. We encourage you to download it and use it along with creating the skateboard. So just before we get started, this tutorial has been produced for those with a basic understanding of Fusion. If you're looking for a series of tutorials to help you learn from the ground up, then please see a link in the description below as well to one of our playlists which teaches you from the ground up. And also stay tuned to the very end where there'll be something special to learn that you don't want to miss. So let's insert that canvas. We're going to go over here to Insert and insert a canvas. Let's find that, insert it from my computer. And there it is. And we're going to pick the front plane or the XZ plane. So let's make our skateboard bigger. We can grab this handle right here, which adjusts the scale in both X and Y. And don't worry about the specific number. We're going to calibrate it in a moment. Now what we can do is off to the side here in our browser, we can go to our canvases and right click that image, that canvas that we brought in. We're going to go Calibrate. And this is a really cool feature of Fusion is we can calibrate this image to the correct size for our skateboard. So we're going to pick one point and pick the end point there. And now we can specify a certain number. So I did some research about sizes of skateboards, and this particular one we're going to call 31.12 inches. So all of a sudden our image gets a lot bigger, and of course this is all in perspective, so when we zoom out it looks exactly the same, but indeed what we have right now is the correct size for our skateboard. Now let's create a sketch on that exact same plane, the XZ plane. Now there are many different ways of doing this. I'd like to just show you one very easy way to create this whole skateboard here. We're going to create a line, and it's going to be from our center point. So let's just create a center line first of all. Let's press Escape, and let's make this line by selecting it and then pressing X into a construction line. Now what we're going to do is just follow this one side of our profile, and then we're going to mirror it to the other side. So let's just grab the bottom of it. Now here, one thing to take note is right now I'm snapping to the grid. So you can see that my mouse cursor is snapping to the grid. If I don't want it to snap to the grid, I can hold down Command on a Mac or Control on a Windows computer to make it so that it no longer snaps. So I can find this point of our skateboard, and I'm just going to imagine that there's going to be some theoretical sharp points. So let's go from there to there, and then press the check. And now what we can do is move this point so that it's approximately in line with our skateboard. We're following more of an artistic approach here where we won't apply any dimensions to our skateboard other than calibrating our canvas. But what that means is that we have a little bit more flexibility to have an artistic rendition of the skateboard. And again, we have to kind of imagine where these theoretical sharp points of our lines will be. We're going to put fillets in there later, but let's just try and imagine and create these three lines. That's a very simple way of doing it. Now what we can do is go to Mirror, and we're going to pick those three lines. So instead of picking them directly, I am just going to double click and it will pick that entire chain for us, which is a whole lot easier. And then our mirror line is going to be the one that we created, and it will create another chain on the other side of our mirror line. Let's go OK. We can finish our sketch now, and let's hide the canvas. Now we've got the profile of our skateboard, in which case we can go to Extrude. Now usually what we need for Extrude is a closed profile, or in other words, this profile cannot just be single lines or single edges. It would need to be closed. But with Extrude, under Type, we can actually go to something called Thin Extrude. So here it says extrudes a thin wall along selected open or closed profiles. So let's pick that, and we can pick one profile, two profiles, and we can extend it. Now, I want the center point of our skateboard to be or the center of the skateboard to be the origin. So what I'd like to do is go both on one side and on the other side, extrude it in both directions. So let's go to Symmetric. And now you can see it's 4 inches to the right, 4 inches to the left. But I would like to go whole length, and this means that it's 4 inches total. And now I'd like to apply a total measurement to it under whole length of 7.75 inches. And there we go. Let's go OK. So now we've got this basic profile of our skateboard, which is looking really good. Now we'd like to create the top profile. So if we were to look at the top, we'd like to cut off the edges and make it look all good. So let's go back to Sketch. And here we're going to pick the XY plane. Now what I'd like to do is I've created this sketch on a plane, but it's got no geometry on it. And I'd like to take all of this geometry, even though it's 3D, and I'd like to project it to that plane, that sketch plane. So how can I do that? Let's press P for project. And under our selection filter, we've got specific entities, which means I can pick specific edges or faces, or I can go to bodies. Let's pick bodies. And I'm going to pick this entire body that I've just created. And there we have it. We've got this projected rectangle that's now on our sketch plane. Let's go OK. And we can finish our sketch right there. Now this is interesting. I forgot to do one thing. With our extrude, you can see that our skateboard is really thin right now. So let's go back to our extrude in our timeline. We can go right click, edit feature, and let's make our wall thickness a little bit more reasonable. I'm going to type in 3/8 of an inch. You can type a fraction if you like, 3 divided by 8. And there we have our body. And of course, everything will update automatically as well. Let's go back to the sketch that we've just created. Let's go edit. I'm going to hide the body that I've created already. And there's our profile. That's the complete outer extremities of our body. And that's exactly what we want to work with. Now I'm going to create some arcs. And what I want to do here is just be concerned with that it doesn't snap to anything other than the line. And so I don't want to snap it to an end point or to a midpoint. Just be careful of that. And remember, as we hover our mouse over any tool, it tells us what to do. In this case, it says place start point. So let's go there. And now hover our mouse. It says place end point. Let's do that. And then place point on arc. So we can just pick our line right there. We can even go to the midpoint there. Now we have to apply some constraints. Let's go tangent constraint. We're going to pick our arc, then our line. We're going to pick our arc and our line, and our arc and our line. And there we have it. Everything is constrained. Now to mirror this to the other side, we need a mirror line. So let's create that. I'm going to just create a line from there to there. And I'm going to turn this into a construction line, just as a reference line. And now we can mirror this arc with our mirror line right there, and it will apply that arc to the other side as well. Let's go finish sketch. Now what we're going to do is talk about something else that's overlooked a lot in Fusion, and it's a really cool feature to utilize often. So let's go to extrude, and we're going to pick that entire profile. If you have to pick several profiles, that's because you've created a sketch perhaps on a face of your skateboard before. I created it on the XY plane, so it creates one single profile. But if you have extra profiles, just pick them all. Now we want to go to Symmetric and just make this a random size. It's saying that we can't see the body right now, so we need to toggle on bodies. And there we have it. So we've got this cutout going on right now with our original body that we created. Now, this is the feature that we want to teach. Is under operation, it defaults to cut, but we want to go to intersect. And look what happens when we click it. Well, the two bodies, where they intersect, it's going to create or keep that original body. So this is a really cool tool to use. If you have never used this tool before, please comment below that this is something new for you and a practical way of utilizing this tool. So let's go OK. Now we can slowly refine our skateboard. I see that on the ends we've got these little flats. Let's pick both of them. We can pick multiple faces by holding Command on a Mac and clicking, or Control on Windows. Now just press the Delete key on your keyboard. And look at that. Now they're completely gone, ready to proceed. Some people, they'll right click and they'll go to delete, and it just creates more problems. Just press the delete key on your keyboard. It's the easiest way. Now let's apply some fillets. I'm going to select the through edges as well. Pretend that we have X-ray vision. We can pick through our model. So let's pick that. And I'm going to pick all those edges. There should be 8 of them. There we go. And now let's add, again, we're kind of in an artsy mode right now. We don't have specific dimensions, so I'm just going to estimate. And I think around 5 inches looks pretty good. And because I picked the edges on the other side, now we've got this beautiful shape to our skateboard. Let's go OK. Now we're going to add another fillet, and we'd like to round over all the edges. So let's go over here to full round fillet, and I'm going to select this face. The top and the bottom will turn blue. That's what we're looking for. As soon as we click on it, it will put a nice full round all the way around our skateboard. Let's go OK. So now what I'd like to do is add some grip to the top surface here. So in order to do that, there's a bunch of different ways, but I'm just going to show you one new way that you may not be familiar with. And we're going to have to go into surface mode. So make sure to go to surface mode. And what we're going to do is open up bodies. We're going to right click, copy, right click, paste. And now the second body, an exact duplicate of our body, will be pasted, and it's in our timeline as well. So now what we can do is hide the first body. And what we're going to do is delete all these faces. Now, again, we have to be in surface mode. If we're in solid, look what happens. I'm just going to try and delete these faces and press delete. And we get an error down here, and it's saying that it's failed to compute. So that's because we're in solid mode. We need to go to surface, and what we can do is delete all of these faces. So let's just do that. I'm going to press delete, and now we've got this hollow body right here. Actually, it's a body that's missing the bottom faces, and it's actually now a surface body rather than a solid body, which is right here. So in order to finish this off, we just want to keep the top faces. So I'm just going to go around and delete all the other faces. Once we've selected them all, press delete. Again, to pick more than one entity or face at a time, hold down Command, and you can see that in the bottom left of the screen, because I'm using a Mac, or Control on a computer, on a Windows computer. So there we have it. We've got this surface for our skateboard. Now we can go to create and let's thicken it. We can pick those faces and add some thickness to it. So let's add something like 50 thou. That looks about right. We can go OK. And now we've got body 1 and we've got body 3, which is our grip. And you can see there's a little bit of volume to it. Now, just for fun, let's go to rename these. I'm going to rename body 1 as my skateboard and body 3 as my grip. Perfect. So this is looking really good. So there's one more bonus thing that I'd like to finish off this tutorial with. But before we get there, we just like to say if you have learned anything new, if there's any techniques that you've learned in this, please comment in the sections below. Perhaps there's a project that you could use these techniques with. Please comment that too in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, a huge way that you can support us is by liking, subscribing, and please consider hitting that notification bell. It really helps. Also, please accept our thanks for all of our YouTube members, our Patreon members, those who have bought us coffees and supported us directly. Please accept our sincere gratitude for your support. So now let's go on to our final thing that we're going to learn in our tutorial today, our bonus item. So one reason why we've created a skateboard body and a grip is because we'd like to apply an appearance to either of them. And it's a whole lot easier if we have two bodies than trying to apply an appearance to individual faces. So let's go A for appearance. Again, if we can't remember that, we can always right click on any body. Oh, let's go close first of all. We can right click on any body and there's appearance and there's the shortcut right there, A. So let's press A again. Now let's go down to wood and I'm going to apply something like oak glossy. So we can drag this right on top of any body in our browser. So I'm just going to put it under skateboard right there. And now everything turns into that oak. And there we go. We've still got grip. And for grip, I'm going to type in textured. And under Fusion Appearance Library, we can double click that. Right down here, I think I really like this plastic texture random. Now, again, the top surface is not going to be plastic. In real life, it's a different material, but we can still use these as the basis for our appearance. So I'm just going to drag this and drop it under grip. And this is looking really, really good. Now you can see that there's some issues though. If we flip this around, you can see that our texture or our appearance here, they're scattered in all different types of directions. So how can we fix that? Well, let's go to render. And now there's a really cool thing under the render mode or render environment. So here we can go to texture map controls. And what we're going to do is select a body. And now for projection type, I'd like to encourage all of you who are learning to go to different modes here. But let's pick box and see what happens. Now all of a sudden the grain is going that direction. We can rotate this if we want. There we go. Let's rotate it to 90 degrees. And now this is looking more like an actual skateboard. Let's go OK. Now we can also change the top as well. Although the top is looking really good, maybe in real life it would be a little bit more textured than that. So let's press A for appearance again. And now we can go to plastic texture random. Let's go edit. And under scale, we can make it finer or we can make it larger. So this is looking probably a little bit better there, around 76%. Also, it's reflecting a lot. So I'm going to turn down reflectance because in real life, this is not really reflectant at all. And let's go done. So at this point, you could render your skateboard. We'd love to see any renders that you make, any designs. Also, if you'd like to see wheels put on this, how to assemble it with wheels, please comment that in the description below. Thanks for tuning in to the Learn It channel. Hope to see you at our next tutorial. Take care.